Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Egregious Podcast with Randy's Gentleman.
Oh,
that was
Noah, you're
so-
too funny, man. Oh my
stupid.
god.
We're so
Dude.
charismatic.
Oh,
Yours what now?
jeez.
We didn't even plan that before we started recording.
No, we didn't tell him to say that, guy. Noah's just a natural charmer, and
A
I
stud.
want to get in good with him.
Uh-huh.
Noah loves our antics, and so do we.
I keep coming back, so apparently I do like them enough.
Don't be so
So
modest.
much
it's
that
right.
we started a band together, guys.
We did start a band together.
And then we're like, music isn't enough. Let's just talk for an hour a week.
That's exactly what happened.
That's what we do at band practice anyway. We just talk about whatever
band
comes
practice,
to mind.
Band practice, it's more than an hour a week, but yeah.
The Egregious Podcast.
This has nothing to do with butter.
How's it taste?
You think it tastes gross, and you gag a little.
My English left.
Totally sucking face.
Ooh, oh no.
Oh my god.
I hope it doesn't burn.
My 16-year-old voice is just not it.
I want no part of that.
That's how it's space done.
Okay, so who the hell are we? That's what I want to know. That's what the viewers want to know. There's no viewers. That's what the listeners want to know.
the people run chat, is this real?
Oh my god.
Are we live?
No, this is recorded.
Really? Noah, how do you know they're not listening to us right now?
I have my ways.
We're a band called Randy's Gentleman.
We are.
So far, we've released 3 singles: In the Kitchen, Mirror Image, and Lauren. And go listen to them if you haven't. That's our little plug.
Yeah.
And now we can get back to the fun.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be talking about music really much, though, are we? This is more of a variety podcast, is kind of what I get.
Yeah, we'll,
That's not, yeah.
You can tell this is really thought out. Where we really a lot of planning went into this.
We've done this before.
Well
We're professional.
Yeah, you've done this before, Logie.
I have done this before 4 times.
4.
Logie's a regular podcaster at this point. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're really oiling me up, aren't you? That's not
why
the
you're
saying.
gentleman number 1.
That's my job as gentleman number 3, to keep you oiled up and ready for this podcast.
I am
Bored.
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 Jarred.
Write that down.
Guys, they've made sure that I know my place at the bottom of the totem pole. As soon as we came into this room, I was greeted by gentlemen number 1 and number 2. You can give yourselves little nicknames in this program we're using. And as soon as I joined, guess what? Gentleman number 3. That's what they think
role.
of me.
It's your societal role.
Yep.
If it means I get to oil you up, I can live with it.
Sometimes I question the words that come out of our mouths.
Sometimes I question what we're going to talk about today on the podcast.
Segue.
Wow.
Wait, guys, wait. How did we meet?
That's
a great
important.
question.
Well, you two are the founding fathers of this friend group, so one of you explain it.
True. Well, as for myself, those two went to the same elementary school. We're from the kind of the same neck of the woods.
Literally.
I went to a different school, though. I was the girl who went to a different school. And I met Logie because a mutual friend, had us over for a sleepover. And then, those two went to the same school, but I actually dragged Noah back over to Logie. Because what did we do, Noah? We were I think we were track and cross country buddies.
We were track buddies, yeah. And
That
then
tracks.
we would, yeah, it does. We'd run through the woods together.
Yes, that's what we do for fun because we like to do odd things.
You
Yeah, we
guys
like
would run
that.
through the woods for track and field and do different events for cross country.
That is obviously how that
Shut up.
works.
You know that's not how it works, Logie. We've been having this argument since 8th grade.
Remember when you were going to be the team manager? That was a fun bit.
I forgot about that little tidbit.
That's a little tiddlywink from the past for our
it
loyal
sure is.
loyal viewers.
That it sure is.
We don't
For
have
those of us-
viewers, we have listeners.
or for those of you that have known us.
This is going to be a running gag.
We're going to say viewers a lot.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna say viewers. It won't be intentional, but that's probably what I'll say every time.
Noah, tell us your bio.
My bio? Well, if you read the bio that's on the Randy's Gentleman website, it says I'm a
Don't do that.
19-year-old college student studying math and music, which is a little outdated. I'm
You're a 21-year-old college
I'm a
student studying
21-year-old
math and
college
music.
student studying math and music. Yes, it's almost like that was uploaded 2 years ago or something. Funny how that works. But yeah, that's me. I am still in school, and I'm studying math to become a teacher, and I study music because I like filling my schedule with as many credits as possible, and I love having no free time to myself ever.
Me too,
Yep,
Noah.
That's what I do. That's why I do that. If you're a music major, you understand. I'm not even a music major.
I understand.
But Logie understands.
The Egregious Podcast, that's right. That's your life now, Logie. This is gonna be your full-time job.
This is my full-time commitment.
Did you picture as a little boy that sitting in front of your monitor, simply talking to your friends would be your job?
Yes.
That's good.
All I did today was sit around waiting to see what time we'd do this.
Well, I had to work this
That
morning,
sounded
so
like
it
a
wasn't going to be
joke.
this morning.
Meanwhile, I was watching Squid Games.
I was
Nice.
working.
Noah's the
Wow.
only one who works here. Logie doesn't have a job right now, and I only work like once a month-ish, kind of.
Asterisk.
Sort of. Yeah. There's more to that, but we'll get into it on a later date.
You'll learn all about these three gentlemen that are speaking
You'll learn more than you'd
out
ever
of
want to
your
know.
speakers on your phone or your earbuds or whatever you're listening on.
Or your car.
Or yeah, that.
Let's just make a
Yep.
list of things they could be listening on.
Speaker, car speaker, house
Shower
speaker,
speaker.
shower speaker, living room speaker,
AirPods.
AirPods speaker,
Apple earbuds.
Apple earbuds,
AirPods
speaker,
Pro.
AirPods Pro speaker,
MacBook.
MacBook speaker,
iPad.
iPad speaker, iPhone speaker.
Leap pad.
Did we get all the speakers?
An intercom
Did you-
at a
did you
school,
say-
maybe.
Did you say Beats by Dre?
Beats by Dre.
Nice.
20K.
I got one.
Nice.
Nice.
Headphones.
Noise. Headphones speakers.
Headphones, speakers,
Headphones.
PA system speakers.
Public announcement.
Minecraft.
I have a public
jukebox.
announcement. Noah's a cutie pie.
Aww. Thanks.
You're welcome, Noah.
We're really
It's
just
a little
Brian's
gift
just
from me to
oiling
you.
up Noah now.
I didn't ask to be oiled up.
Wait.
I mean,
Is the saying greasing me up? You're greasing. No, what the hell is the
you're
saying?
you're
I-
greasing
oh my god, it's
butter. Yeah. Look, you're trying to grease me up.
Oh,
right
you're
now?
greasing me up. Yeah.
Wait.
You trying to grease me like a pig right now?
Noah, stop oiling me up.
That's something different.
Was it Johnny today who sent me a video of a guy who he just quit his job and then he's in his car in Joker makeup and he's talking about how he's gonna oil up his boys.
I like how he thought we'd have an answer.
We didn't see you today.
Brian, let's hear your backstory now.
Yep.
Well, when I was a boy, I I remember selling lemonade to
Got any
the
grapes?
fine townsfolk of
Did you have any grapes?
No. We
Oh
didn't
wait,
have
you
any
just said that.
grapes.
I completely neglected the fact that Logan just said that out loud and said it myself.
It's okay.
That's because you guys are screenagers. Okay, you know what? I'm ditching the lemonade stand thing. It's not important. What is important?
Didn't make enough money.
So I went to a different school, like a neighboring town, to Logie and Noah.
The armpit of the woods.
Why am I going back to my childhood? Noah just went into like the important stuff about I'm an engineering major. That's probably what people want to hear, right? Right?
Yeah,
No.
that's probably.
I commute. I don't go to parties.
After one episode of this podcast, I think that every single person listening will make the conclusion that not a single one of us goes to parties. Just putting that
Except
out
with
there.
each other.
Yeah. Anyway, proceed.
That's I don't know. Yeah, I play the trumpet.
Do you?
I mean, hey, come on now.
Knows how to play
You
the
know
trumpet.
how, but do you?
That's what Aislin's been complaining about. That like I since we've been dating, I've never played the trumpet for her. I've played the guitar for her, which I can barely play, and the uke, which is like the easiest instrument to learn in the world.
Unless you run over it with your car.
I haven't played the. Yeah, oh my god. Well, that's a story for the pot. You guys know that one already. Yeah, I ran over my ukulele with my car because I'm a scatterbrained spasmatron.
Oh, not to sidetrack us again, but remember how I just got my car back from the shop yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
The check engine light is on.
Yay.
I knew it.
Did you
Noah,
try
that
checking the
car's a
engine?
hunk of junk.
Yeah, it's younger than me, but not by much. So probably means I should buy a new car. But if you were listening earlier, you know I'm a college student, and that means you can make the assumption that I probably don't have a lot of money, which is kind of true, and I don't feel like spending a lot of money on a car right now.
They're ripping us off, guys.
They are ripping us off.
Like a goddamn Band-Aid.
Those Band-Aids stuck on me. That's not copyrighted, is it?
I don't care.
Let's hope not.
What is that a Band-Aid jingle?
Yeah.
Band-Aid has a jingle?
Yeah. Back in my day of the childhoods, I recall seeing commercials.
I wish
For that.
I wish I could still use the Buzz Lightyear Band-Aids.
I mean, if you can find them, I'm not stopping you.
Really, Noah? You'd still be my friend if I used. If
I
used a
sure
Buzz Lightyear
would.
Band-Aid? Really?
Sure would.
Sure would.
You would? Oh, guys. Oh, you guys are the best, man. This is why I'm doing this podcast with you.
Yes.
This is why I fucking reluctantly agreed to do this.
In classic Brian fashion, I keep moving away from the mic to breathe.
Then you don't have to edit out all the breaths.
Every time lately we've been recording, Brian will he'll be singing into the mic and he'll move away from the mic to breathe, and
Then he'll
it's
move back.
tactically, you know what? No, it's not even tactically that great. But
Hey,
it makes Noah and I laugh every time, and then it messes
yeah,
him up.
I had to stop doing it because like in my peripheral vision, you guys are just losing your shit. And it messes up my whole take. So yeah, are you happy? I'm taking full breaths into the microphone now.
That's so much more work for me. What's wrong with you?
I know. I was just trying to be nice, Logie. Come on.
What a nice fella.
Thank you. So we had a piano in my house growing up, and it was a family heirloom.
Yep.
And then when we moved, we didn't have room to put it anywhere. So we're like, okay, I guess we have to get rid of it. And then 2 years later, I got into piano and became obsessed with it for the rest of my life. So I never got to play an actual real piano that I owned.
Well, I mean, keyboards.
Yeah, digital, but this was
Digital.
like a full, like, upright acoustic piano.
Acoustic piano.
Yeah.
No, I don't have that either. I just have a keyboard that's rather low quality, but it at least has 88 keys.
I feel like it would hurt me too much to try and play the piano.
Physically and emotionally.
That reminds me of a little thing we talked about yesterday.
That's what I was thinking too.
What?
I think it was before
Wait,
Brian showed up to rehearsal.
Oh, okay.
At the the Christmas party it was, correct?
Yeah, it was.
So Logie threw a fascinating Christmas party for all our friends in his sizable house that didn't struggle to fit all of us at all.
Look, it's a decent sized house.
Yes.
None of the rooms are very big on their own.
Exactly, yes. So
it's a lot of tiny rooms.
If you split among 2 to 3 rooms,
it's a lot of hobbit-sized rooms.
It's suitable. But everyone in one room it sure is something. Anyway, besides the point. We had a lot of people there, so we went up to the Randy's Gentleman Studio, which is located on the upper floor of Logie's house, above the kitchen.
At this point, I was still downstairs. That's
Logan
important.
was still downstairs. Brian and I went upstairs, and we brought some people along with us just to show them the studio. And every rehearsal, we do a fun little thing called Brian's Drum Lesson.
Yes.
So that Brian can learn how to play the drums a little bit.
I'm going to be Randy's gentleman's drummer.
Logie and I know how to play the drums a little bit, and it'd be cool to just, have all 3 gentlemen just be able to keep a beat on a drum set. So we're striving for that. But anyway, Brian goes over to the drum set and recalls his previous lessons pretty well, because I don't remember you having a lot of trouble getting it started again.
No, I got going pretty good.
So you did that. And I walked over to the piano and I started playing our number 1 single in the kitchen.
Number 1 in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Almost at 1,000 streams.
Almost at 1,000 streams. Let's go. And then we start, there's of course a few other people in the room, but then we start singing and Logan is still downstairs and he hears us.
Yeah, I hear the song upstairs and I'm like, I hear the drums and I'm like, oh, I wonder if Brian's playing the drums. And then I hear Brian singing and I'm like, oh, okay, so Brian's singing and Noah's playing the drums. And then I hear the piano, and as I said to Noah, I know for damn sure that wasn't Brian. So I'm like, wow, Brian's drumming and singing, which I know that's not easy. So
no, it is not easy. I cannot really do that. I do as well.
I didn't know this story was going to be you guys glazing me. Thank you very much.
Oiling you up again.
Yes. Yep.
I
guess
we're returning the favor.
That was our story, I guess. Yeah. We're spreading the butter.
I didn't think as gentleman number 3 I'd be oiled up today and covered in baby oil, so that's very nice.
You get the oil that kind of seeps down to the bottom of the totem pole.
I'll even take the extra runoff oil at
This
fucking
is
dirty
visual.
runoff oil at the very bottom of the grimy, rusty totem pole. Yes, thank you.
This
I appreciate it.
podcast ain't no rated PG podcast. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's
Nope.
evidently not.
Kids, it's past your bedtime. Turn out your nightlight.
It's literally
be a baby.
9:12 right now.
Get
They can
disease.
stay up for at least a few more minutes.
But school is back in session.
Never mind. Go to bed, kids.
Yep, it's back to school for you lousy high schoolers. Shame on you for being young.
So, I guess Logie and I just like unintentionally told a little story that Brian didn't know.
Surprise.
Assuming nearly half an hour in, our introductions are finally done. Shall we give the torch to Brian and see what fun story he's got to tell us today?
Brian with a torch scares me.
You with a match scares me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I did.
as long as I've only got one coat of oil on myself, I should be okay with a torch.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, God.
Beyond that, things get a little bit flammable.
What's the pitch of your belch?
The pitch of my belch? I don't know. You tell me, Logie. You were good at recognizing it. Your perfect pitch knew exactly who was belching into the microphone.
Right before recording, Brian just burped. That's really it. And I'm looking at my phone at the time. I'm like, I didn't even have to look to know that was gentleman number 3. And Brian goes, "You know the pitch of my belch?"
And it got written on the quote board that you can't see. But it's fine.
I try to dominate the quote board every time.
He successfully dominates the quote board.
There was a quote when I walked in last practice. There was a quote from me that I hadn't even said at practice.
He's just that good.
Did I ever tell you guys about how I broke my laptop?
I love
off the top of my head, no.
No, I don't think so. And I love how every single one of these stories could be like the opening line to our In the Kitchen animation. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. You're right.
It becomes a massive waste of time. Yes.
I ever tell you about what happened at work the other day?
Yes, 200 chicken nuggets. Go check out that animation. The artist did a fantastic job on it.
She did do a very good job.
She did. Randy's Gentleman on Instagram. You can see the animation.
Yes, AZ's art. Very talented. Very beautiful and sexy.
Wow, that would have been horrible. Not biased at all.
No, not at all.
Ooh.
Don't even know her.
Nope.
That makes it worse.
Can't wait for her to listen to this and get really creeped out.
I've noticed her from afar. She's quite attractive.
Hello, you.
Disclaimer, they're dating.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend made it. So, the story of how I broke my laptop. So, you know me, guys. College, it stresses me out.
Yep.
You know, it gets me in a bad, sour mood. I was taking chemistry this semester. Have you ever tried taking a college chemistry test?
No.
I mean, chemistry class.
We took high school chemistry, and I think
we can get into that after. I think
we laughed our way through that one. I mean, hey, I got an A, so I won't complain. But continue.
You gotta learn, stoichiometry. I think that's how it's pronounced. Covalent bonds. You gotta memorize
thermodynamics.
That was a separate class. So yeah, imagine taking chemistry and thermodynamics at the same. Even if you don't know what those classes are, if you hear, "Oh, I'm taking chemistry and thermodynamics this semester," you're like, "I want no part of that. Get away from me." So that's what I'm dealing with. I'm at the end of my rope. I'm dragging my feet into the giant ass library. It's it's like 20 stories tall. I walk up the 2 flights of stairs, and I sit down at the desk. So the laptop I'm recording on right now, this is what I use for all my schoolwork. I have like my Lenovo laptop for personal stuff, right? And then I have my MacBook for work. Makes sense. I think
I
it
just
makes
have a
sense to
MacBook
me at
for
least.
everything, but yeah, that makes
It just
sense.
keeps everything like really clean and in the same place. You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
Kind of bogged down by less information. I thought it was a good idea.
That's what the Randy's laptop, that's like exclusively music.
The Randy's
That's
MacBook.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's for your craft. It's for what you're
Right.
passionate about.
I called it the
So
Randy's laptop, even though it's, my laptop. But you knew what I meant.
But your name
I knew
on
what
the
you
account on that laptop is me. No, the
No,
picture
my picture
is
is you.
the profile picture is me.
Don't even get me started on the password.
No.
All right.
I think I know what the password is.
Dude, that's messed up.
So this laptop, it's it's what I use for school. It's how I get all my little productivities done. It's basically like gold. It's the most important thing to me in the world. So I lovingly caress the edge of the laptop case and slowly pull it out of my bag. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of like turning in my chair preemptively to face the desk. It's one of those like spinny, rolly chairs. They got like a nice, quiet study area. That's the other funny thing about this story is that keep this in mind as I'm telling this, that this is like the quiet, no noise study area. Like you shouldn't talk at all.
Got it.
People get, including me, get annoyed if you do. So as I'm turning, I'm putting the laptop on my desk. Instead of lifting the laptop over the edge of the desk and placing it down carefully, instead what I do is I, with the force of 1,000 waterfalls, I somehow fling my laptop into the edge of the desk, and there's like there's a bang as it hits the edge of the desk, and then an even louder bang as it hits the floor and flies out of my hand.
And then everyone's eyes turned.
And you guys have probably seen me like drop my phone on the floor like hundreds of times, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm a clumsy guy. I got low muscle tone. I can't hang on to things to save the life of me.
Bro can't hang.
So I figure it's fine. Like everyone's looking at me now, but I'll just pick up my laptop and get back to my studies. I open the laptop up and I can see about half the screen. There's spider webs of cracks. Like the wallpaper is like me, my girlfriend, and her sister. I can see like my girlfriend's sister's face and that like half of her face, and that's about it. I try I'm still in denial. Like I'm trying to see if I can get into Google Chrome to at least
What,
do
you
my
gotta look up
assignments
what's
without
wrong with your
seeing-
computer or something?
Yeah, right. How to fix broken glass kind of thing, right? Yeah, so then I just had to, I was gonna study for 5 hours at this point. I just had to go home. I just packed it up and called it a day at that point. Chemistry can wait for another day. But me being the handyman engineer right, so you're probably wondering how I'm using this laptop right now, because this is the same laptop.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way laptops work, I didn't even I have a stupid little monkey brain, so I don't understand how things go together. But the way laptops work is the top of the laptop, the part that you open and close where the screen is, that's pretty much just a screen. There's nothing all of the processing chips and everything. The important stuff is in the bottom of the laptop.
Yep.
The top is just the screen. So I'm I looked it up on Amazon. Screen replacement. I bought one for $200, and I installed it myself. So that was a fun little. It was a nerve-wracking process because the parts are so tiny, but it works like a charm. The only thing, right? And this is why I said earlier, why if we want to record our faces, I might have to figure something out. The one downside to this new monitor is that the camera looks like you're underwater. That's the one thing.
$200 and there's still a catch.
Yeah, there's a catch, but otherwise it works perfectly. I did not think that story would be that long. This was the bonus story.
That's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, I mean the bonus story was maybe played out better than I thought. So that's a pretty. Do you guys have any questions or comments?
Yeah, how the heck do you replace the screen on the actual laptop? I kind of thought the whole point was it's not supposed to come apart.
You'd think so, because Apple is notoriously you need to go to an Apple store to get it fixed,
Yep.
and it only works with other Apple products. But basically, all you do is there's 4 tiny little screws on the bottom, and you just take those off, and then you can access you see all the circuitry of the laptop.
Yep.
And up top, it's connected by hinges. And then there's electrical connections that are going to the monitor. So you just undo all of those, basically. But there's 100 different connections you need to undo. And you need to be very careful about it because there's small wires and screws. It's kind of scary. I'm kind of surprised it worked on the first try. But if you disconnect everything perfectly and reconnect everything perfectly, you can just put a new monitor on.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I highly
That
recommend
sounds like
it.
a job for an engineer.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the kind of thing I like to do, guys. What can I say?
That sounds like something that if I tried to do it, I'd just break my computer again because I'd throw it across the room with the force of 1,000 waterfalls.
I was a little dramatic there.
At the opening of that story, there was 5 quotable lines that could all be written on the board, and I've forgotten most of them already. The waterfalls was definitely one of them, but
I mean, the good thing about this podcast is we can just listen to them.
Oh yeah, you're right. We're recording.
Yep,
we're recording.
It's recording.
This is all going to be saved forever, whether we like it or not.
I'm not even going to edit this. This is just going straight to the internet.
Internet?
I agree with
I
that.
said that a little weird, didn't I?
Wholeheartedly.
The interwebs.
Just edit that one part where you say internet, and then it's good to go.
Yeah.
You're all set. I try to not be clumsy, but now I know who to go to if my laptop ever breaks. Now, if only I had someone that could fix my car reliably, then I would be.
I can't
set
help
for
you
life.
We were talking, or we mentioned briefly before about chemistry, about our high school chemistry class.
Oh, man.
There were some interesting moments
There
in
were.
that class. The two of us, so Noah's a year below Brian and
Yes. Yep.
But
a year
for
younger.
Some of the science classes in our high school were kind of mixed.
You can mix. It's whoever takes it. So
I took it generally. I don't even remember what grade it was, but Noah was at the year most people took it.
You were a junior and I was a sophomore.
Okay. So sophomore year, most people took it, but I had taken a different science sophomore year. So I went back and decided to take chemistry because it sounded fun. I don't know.
Yep.
So we're in a group together. We would sit together every day and joke around, and that's besides the point. There was this one kid. We'll call him Felix. Because his name was Felix.
I didn't even need the name. I already knew what you were talking about.
And, he was a little bit of a troublemaker, but this teacher exaggerated it so much. Yes, he was disruptive at times, but there would be times he's silent. He's sitting there working. She'd yell at him. Somebody else would be talking. She'd be like, Felix, stop. Oh, she would not give this kid a break.
It was literally someone over there. Oh,
And she was having none of it. He'd be
She
like,
was
it wasn't even me.
oh, that was a
Yeah.
fun class. I
Good
remember
times.
we launched hydrogen rockets across the room, and they made weird sounds. And we also made golden pennies.
Oh yeah, the gold pennies.
I think I still
was
have my
so
golden penny
cool.
on my bureau behind me. I have to go look
I
for it
wonder
later.
where mine is.
Did I do that at some point? That feels familiar to me.
You might have.
Yeah, I kind of remember you did chemistry. Maybe not.
He didn't do it.
No,
in high
I didn't
school.
take. I
you
took
didn't.
high school physics.
Physics, and then
Right,
Logan
right.
and I took physics the following year,
Yeah.
and we also had moments, but not as much as
That-
chem.
That was the class. Actually, no, it was both.
It was both.
In chemistry, we had to do something with matches.
Yeah.
And
How did I know
I
that's
just-
where you were going?
yeah. Well, we briefly mentioned it before
We
too.
did.
But I don't know, fire's cool. I wasn't at first, I wasn't being like a problem. I was just burning the match to watch the match burn. Like that was it. Noah and the rest of our group were so concerned. They were like, "No, put it out." So I kept doing it and I was like, "Okay, I'm going to be a little mischievous now." So I was like, "Ooh, oh no, not our paper. I hope it doesn't burn."
Oh my god.
I think I took the matches
Noah
away,
took the matches away.
threw them in the drawer at our workstation, and stood in front of it or something.
You did, and I tried very hard to get around you.
I mean, I don't take up that much space, so it probably isn't that hard to move me.
Noah's always having to facilitate us while we're just trying to mess everything up. We would be nowhere without you, Noah. I don't think you hear that enough.
Oh, I'm so flattered.
We love you.
I don't know what
I love you, Noah.
your obsession with fire concerns me more now. Did I ever tell you guys how I set the fire alarm off in my suite what was it, like a month ago now, probably?
Oh,
Or no?
I don't think so.
It wasn't that serious. I was just cooking some pasta. I was trying to cook my pastaroni or something like that. And I was trying to be efficient and multitask. So while I was waiting for my water to boil, actually it was water, milk, and plant butter in a pot boiling, because that's how you make the sauce for the pastaronis, and So I had the
Mhm.
box of noodles on the counter, and I was boiling that water, waiting for it to turn on. And at this point, I'd already tried one burner. And the fun thing about our stove is it is completely white. So any slight dirtiness on a pot or a pan will, when the thing heats up, it'll automatically just get stuck to the burner. So the first burner I tried using had a bunch of maybe a little bit of burned cheese or something on it, or something from the last person that used it. And I turned it on and started boiling the water, and then I started smelling burning, which was very close to the smell of smoke. And I'm like, all right, I'm not having any of that. I don't want to set the fire alarm off. So I switched burners, turned that one off, and moved to a different one. And back to the efficiency part, I was also doing the dishes at the same time as I was waiting for the water to boil, because I'm in the kitchen, might as well do the mountain of dishes that piles up every other day. And I'm sitting there, and then my roommate and his girlfriend are behind me in the common area playing Fortnite.
Hell
And
yeah.
Yes.
I'm just there. The water in the sink is on, minding my own business, just cleaning the dishes as I do. And they turn, because they start hearing a sizzling sound, and I couldn't hear this because the sound of the water from the sink was too loud, and it also sounded a lot like the sink water. So I was like, oh, it's just the sink. And they both turn around, see that the pot is completely overflowing and falling out of the pot onto the burner, and they're both like, Noah, it's burning. I was like, oh crap. I think I turned the burner all the way off, lifted the pot up for a solid 60 seconds before placing it back down on the burner. And then, as I mentioned earlier, it's a pot that had milk, butter, and water in it. So the butter and the milk kind of stuck to the burner as they do.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at it and I'm like, okay, the water will evaporate. It's fine. I can keep cooking this. And I'm staring at the burner and I'm like, that's going to be a pain in the butt to clean up later, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to worry about it. I'll just keep boiling my noodles. And right as I think I'm in the clear, I turn the burner back. I think I turned the burner back on to low just to be on the cautious side. And I go back to my dishes. And then I hear a very, very, very loud ringing sound. And a loud and then a bright white flash. And I stand there and I'm like, is that our doorbell? Because our doorbell just happens to be a reconfigured fire alarm. And that's super fun for us. And then I'm standing there. My roommate and his girlfriend are screaming at me like, what is happening? What'd you do? Two of my other roommates were like resting in their room. And one of them opened the door and peeked out and was like, do we have to leave? And someone grabbed one of the cloths and started like jumping and flapping around the cloth around the smoke detector as to disperse the smoke. I think I ran over and opened the window after that, and I got super lucky because the way the fire alarms work in our building is it's suite style living. So we basically live in an apartment, a small apartment.
Right.
The fire alarm goes off in your room for like 60 seconds before it triggers the fire alarms for the rest of the building. So
no kidding.
So if it's a simple
how'd you figure that out?
The fact that I didn't have to evacuate the building when this happened.
No, like, I mean, what makes you say 60 seconds?
That's a rough estimate. I don't know how long it actually is.
Okay.
You've
seen it happen before, I assume.
Yeah. Yep. You have a very short time frame to contain your mistake before it becomes a problem for everybody. And thankfully, we jumped into action quick enough to get the smoke detector off. But I think I woke my roommate up in the process. And then we turned all the fans on just to like get the smoke out. But I was surprised because there really wasn't that much smoke. And like we've had worse instances with more smoke in the common area that haven't set off the alarm. But I don't know. I guess I was the lucky one that finally set it off. Then we had fans blowing for the rest of the night. It was very cold, but hey, do what you got to do to not make everyone evacuate the building during finals week.
Some might call you a true American hero, Noah.
Thanks. And to top it off, the noodles I cooked weren't even that good when I was done.
That's...
Was it because they were burnt?
No, the noodles weren't burnt because they weren't in the pot when the thing went off.
It
was just the water.
I was hoping that would be the saving grace of the story, Noah.
No,
but now I'm just
they really weren't that good.
Sour mood.
It wasn't
nothing
worth
worse than a bad batch of noodles.
And a fire alarm to scare you along with it.
Makes my tummy and my heart sad.
The moral of this story is don't cry over burnt milk.
Yep. That's the moral of this podcast.
Oh, and then I had to switch to a third different burner because I couldn't use that one afterwards without burning the butter that was already on it. So I used 3 burners for 1 pot that night.
So let's go to part 2 of the match story that I thought of during that.
Okay.
We already get part 2. We don't even have to wait till the next episode.
No, you guys are lucky to hear this when you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I'm enjoying this podcast so far. I might even subscribe to it.
As am I.
I've been bored the whole time.
Doubt it.
Oh, well, that's because you have a fucking negative outlook on life.
You were supposed
Fix
to
yourself.
laugh. Now it just...
Oh, okay. You triggered the wrong emotion.
You triggered anger.
You were supposed to trigger joy.
Yeah, Logi's joy. Noah is disgust, and I'm anger.
Why am I joy?
Because you're such a jolly fella all the time.
Wait, which one am I?
Disgust.
Oh, okay, yeah, that checks out.
Because you can't stand.
It's because I'm green, obviously.
Because
Can I be
green.
envy?
And I'm red, and
Sure.
Logan's yellow.
Uh,
You can be Envy. I'll be Ennui. We each get
You
2.
can be embarrassment, actually.
I think we're all collectively embarrassment.
Yeah.
Is Embarrassment one of the new ones?
Yes.
Yeah. He's the big pink
How
guy.
many new ones are there?
4.
4.
4. The big
It's the-
4.
It's the 3 we said and anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in physics, for some reason, it was the same teacher, by the way, that
Yeah.
hates Felix.
But Felix wasn't in the class this time.
No. To her chagrin. So she gave us an assignment where we had to build an obstacle course thing, like it was
Rube
Mousetrap.
Goldberg.
Sure. She's like, play Mousetrap, but like make it up yourself. And so us and the other 2 in our group were like building away, and I don't know why, but we needed matches, and Noah wouldn't let me have them. That's the whole story.
That is the story.
It's that
And
Noah's a party pooper.
the entire group knew you were not to be trusted. Didn't we
Yeah,
like?
they learned quickly. They
They
were
lear-
not the same.
No,
group.
they
weren't
they
even
were.
in chemistry.
No, they weren't. But they just learned very quickly.
They learned very quickly. They were in our friend group.
Yeah.
They just had a sixth
They
sense
they
about
knew
it.
me.
They knew you, and that's all they needed to know.
Yeah.
Didn't we like melt a candle to like a Lego Duplo like car,
I hope
little
so.
block with wheels, and like
I like fire.
eventually it moved. It went down a ramp. It burned a piece of fish wire, which like dropped a block, which knocked down a bunch of dominoes, which landed on a catapult, which like launched a Lego guy across the room to the front board. I think that's what it was.
Dude, I don't know how you remember that. I don't even know what I had for breakfast.
I had an egg bagel with plant butter for breakfast.
I actually didn't have breakfast.
Whoa.
I just realized.
And I ate it in
Did I
my
have
car
breakfast?
on the way to work before my check engine light came on.
I don't even think I had lunch today.
I had a meal at like 4.
I had a meal at like 6:30.
Wow. That's later than 4.
I had a meal
It is.
at 6? I don't know.
That's right, you did, dinner boy.
Yeah, I'm gentleman number 3, I'm dinner boy, and I'm the oil jockey.
Noah, let's play rock, paper, scissors. We're going to shout out our answer, okay?
Yep,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
paper.
Paper. Oh.
Specific, never mind. See, the funny thing about that is I was trying to wait until you said yours before saying mine. You know, just to be a scoundrel, as Brian said I am. And I couldn't even do that. I thought shoot was what you were throwing.
Yeah, I like hesitated for some reason, as if I haven't played this a multitude of times. Back in the day, rock, paper, scissors, splits
was a thing.
That was a weird game.
Yeah.
In 7th grade we had a whole tournament of that
Yep.
in the gym.
As did I.
Why was that a thing?
I don't know, just some fun activity we came up with, I guess. Or
Do you remember who won, Logie?
I do remember who won.
I think we should be. I've definitely dropped specific names. I don't know. Well, no, it's not like 1,000 people are listening to this even.
You say that now.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I
not
say that
to.
now. Right? Who knows? Maybe one day, 1 billion people will listen to this very episode.
I don't think anyone's names we've dropped would really care that much that their name was dropped.
Yeah, we're all
I don't
pals.
think we've said any
I don't think we have
last names, so
no. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
no
were fine.
last names.
we're not gonna. Felix was a code name.
Not even if you want us to. Yeah, Felix was not the guy's actual name. I love my friends.
I do too.
Except for when they wrong me. then I get kind of nasty. And you wouldn't want to see me when I'm feeling kind of nasty.
Somebody clip that.
You wouldn't
Wait,
like
I
it
saw a
very
button
much,
for that.
would
Where
you?
was it? Mark Clip.
Oh, Mark clip,
I
yeah.
created a clip. It's a little before.
Okay, great.
Did we talk about the party? Not really.
Kinda.
So it was a murder mystery party, and our good buddy invited us to his house and was the victim, and he was killed, hypothetically, pretend killed. And we had to figure out who it was that killed him. And there were clues, and we each had characters. I'm just explaining how literally every murder mystery party works.
Yep.
And I was this like party animal guy that's definitely me in real life. And I was like a
Absolutely.
frat boy trying to recruit everybody. And
Mhm.
Noah was like this shy.
I was this quiet, shy, but observant new guy, new kid on the block. No, transfer student.
And I was supposed to be the cynic and hate everybody, but I'm just a lovable goofball. I don't know how to do that.
Your character card should have said lovable goofball.
I could have taken that and ran with it, Noah. Your socks would have been knocked off.
I think I just
Instead,
felt my
they
sock
were
twitch.
hiked all the way up to the tops of your thighs.
Yeah, they're very stretchy.
It was a good murder mystery.
It
was
was.
enriching.
It was very good. I just wish
and
I had
I
found
stole a
more
watch
clues.
by accident.
I think I'd.
It wasn't supposed to be you.
Okay, I
No.
want to make it very clear that this was only in the game. I forged homework for someone, I think. No, I didn't forge it. I just did it for him.
As a mandated reporter, you need to tell on yourself. Right
My
now.
contract is up. I am not a mandated reporter at the moment.
Oh, thank God. I can tell him about all the crap.
I'm
No
not cutting
comment.
that.
Mom,
legal
I'm
reasons,
joking. I'm
this is a
joking.
joke.
Mom, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Uh,
In case there are any mandatory reporters listening, I can't help you out. You can't prove anything unless you have cash in hand.
whoa. How
You
much
trying
cash
to
we
bribe
talking?
somebody?
No, I'm not trying to oil anybody up.
We established that the correct word was butter, and we keep going back to oil. Which
Yeah,
is better than grease, but still wrong.
Noah buttered
That's our
up
first
4K.
running joke of this podcast.
It is.
I like burning things.
And I'm going to force it into every episode, whether it makes sense or not. That is my fucking promise to all of you.
This is some nonsense.
This is some nonsense.
This is some nonsense.
Do we have any final stories? Any final remarks? Or
Yeah, I think my bonus story was enough for today. We'll get into my other stories sometime down the road because it's a nice two-parter, and I want to dedicate some
It
time
ended
to
up
it.
being a nice. Yeah. I'm proud of myself. I had pretty good English this entire episode until about now when I just forgot how to speak.
You're the CEO, Noah.
I am the CEO.
Noah's in charge.
I'm the CEO of Randy's Gentlemen. I don't know what kind of management the Egregious Podcast has, but I guess I did do the intro, so one might point to me as the point.
You're the go-to guy.
It's too soon
from
to tell, Billy.
only that, but you are correct. It is too crap.
Where'd your English go?
My English left. Oh my god, it's getting worse. We need to end the episode. Apparently an hour is my cap.
Butter him up some more.
What?
Oil him up.
No
quick.
more oil.
Quick, cover Noah, drown Noah in oil this
Oil,
instant.
butter, fire. Maybe not all three.
Not all at once.
I think
learned
oil and butter
that
will do just fine.
we learned
That'll
that
be
butter
quite
and
enough.
fire don't mix.
Yep, it's definitely those two.
Do you think maybe to close this out, guys, we want to, let our lovely viewers know what's in store for our next couple, some ideas we've had,
No.
or we could leave them in the dark. Yeah, okay.
Leave them in the dark like
Cool.
the screen I'm staring at right now.
We could keep them on their toes.
We'll
Make
We
sure
could
they have
keep
a horse in
'em-
this race.
And now that is a
Um,
fine idea.
yeah, it was funny when we started this. We were like, what are we going to talk about when we do a podcast? And then we just started recording.
Yep, that's how it
and
goes.
It happened.
That's how it goes.
The three of us
We
are
made
living
the
proof.
most of it.
The three of us are living proof that anybody can start a podcast.
Literally any
And-
guy off the street.
That
should be an
yeah,
episode.
always right.
Interviewing people on the street.
No.
No. What's
Well, I'm gonna do it by myself, and you guys can watch me.
Ask the kind locals what they think of our podcast that they've never heard, probably. In all seriousness, oh my god. In all seriousness, though, thank you, folks who sat through this episode of our utter nonsense spoken words. We hope to hear, or not hear. We hope you tune in again next time to hear what we come up with next.
It's gonna be fun. Better not miss it. I'll find you.
Oil.